Hello guys. Have you ever felt that in your life or in your experiences the relationships that you have gone through, most of them were for only for the selfish reasons that were catered upon? If yes, then you have exactly landed to the right place. Today our host Meenal is going to explain us and break the myth on how relationships can also be used and developed for the growth of everyone. Today, I am again reintroducing myself as a host, Kevin Shah, chartered accountant, lawyer, and finance professional. But today, I am here to learn about human potential and a chapter of it, which is relationships and how its foundation can be, how it is a foundation for the growth. Welcome, Meenal ma'am. Before starting this, we would want to explain you the basic need of knowing this thing and how it is going to help our audience a lot.
Wow, wonderful beginning, Kevin. Thank you so much. And yes, relationship is the growth of foundation. Why? Because anything and everything we do, it's not just us. We are related to so many other things and so many other living beings. And if we really know that we are related, we are connected, and we are bringing some outcome, if we understand this and do this consciously, then we can live at a very different level than we are living currently. So relationship is not just about being a family member, being a friend, being a colleague, being somebody in the society, but relationship is the basis of everything in the life. Okay. It's at the foundation.
Okay.
And once you understand relationship better, once you understand connections better, you can live that relationships better.
Okay. Oh, that's a very insightful statement. Before we deep dive into this topic, one of the question that most of the people, maybe of millennial or Gen Z, who are very active on social media, I'm sure they would be facing the kind of reels or the social events that they are going through. Most of them are being portrayed in a manner where one person is a very good, he is doing everything with a soft heartedness, soulfulness, and the other person just takes benefit out of it, and that's where the relationship starts spoiling. Though you explained that relationship is a larger and a greater aspect, which actually being dealt with in a higher value, then it can be an exponential growth for everyone. But what if only one person is trying to give in a relationship and other person is only want to get out of that relationship? Will the things that you are trying to explain work in this scenario, or like both the parties need to first understand the basis of these things to evolve and grow together?
Very nice. So yes, even if you are only a giver, even if you are only a receiver, or whatever the scenario is, there is always going to be an outcome. It is like a simple mathematical equation. X amount plus Y amount is equal to Z amount. There is always X amount, there is always Y amount, and there is always Z amount. There is an outcome. No matter you are doing it consciously, no matter you are doing it unconsciously, subconsciously, or out of whatever motives you have, there is going to be an outcome. Now that outcome depends on both the variables. Now let me give you an example. So say ourselves as 5 and the other being or other force or other cumulative, like not just one person but a lot of people together, or people plus circumstances plus surroundings, situation, everything, that is second variable, that is 15.
Yes.
Now what will be 5 plus 15? 20, right? So the 20 is at the side of 15, it's not at the side of 5.
Yes.
Getting me?
Yes.
It's at the side because 15 has a more
Heavy
power
yes.
than 5.
Yes.
Right? So now you know this, how it works. 5 plus 15, the natural outcome is 20. Now say for example that instead of 20 you want an outcome as say 40.
Okay.
Okay, out of one relationship you want an outcome as 40 in place of 20, which is a current outcome.
Yes.
Now that 15, that's an outside force. Can you do anything? Do you have any sort of control over them?
No.
Can you do anything to change them or push them or do anything?
No.
No. Then how will you get 40? When you raise yourself from 5 to 35, 40 will be towards your
Towards
side.
my side.
Here 35 is overpowering 15.
Yes.
Even if that is a cumulative force,
Yes.
even if it is much stronger than we are, but now we are overpowering. This is how the leaders work.
Okay.
So do you see the presidents, the prime ministers, the kings?
Yes.
So they are dealing with the subjects that are in millions.
They know that masses are laymen, but they try to
Yeah.
provoke an energy
So
amongst them.
yeah, they raise themselves.
First
So-
they raise themselves and then they lead others.
Correct. So it doesn't matter if somebody is a giver, somebody is a receiver. Are you a victim or are you a beneficiary?
Okay.
It's in your hand what outcome you want, and for that whatever changes are required you implement it in your side,
Okay.
within you. You empower yourself. You at that moment you will be able to take charge of things and bring the desired outcomes. This is the same thing applicable because this is relationship. We are in constant relationship.
Yes.
We are sitting on this sofa, we are in relationship with this sofa as well.
Yes.
So the experience we want from this sofa is up to us.
How conscious we are towards
Yeah,
this.
if I am irritated, this sofa will irritate me.
Okay.
The sofa was same.
Same. It's all about how my mind is thinking and adapting to it.
Exactly. How am I putting myself on this sofa?
Yes.
This is what relationship is.
Okay.
And now, even if I am irritated, but if I am conscious that no, I want this experience sitting on this sofa to be very soothing, very easy going, then I will have to change my mind.
Yes.
But for this, I should be conscious. I should be aware what outcome am I going to need out of this relationship.
This relationship.
This is applicable with everyone, your near and dear one, to the people who are distant, but you are somehow giving some impact to those people.
Okay.
Say for example, you said you are a chartered accountant, right? So with your work, even if not directly, you are touching so many companies
Yes.
and the lives of people of that company.
Yes.
Even those organizations, as if we consider them as an entity,
Yes.
so you are touching so many
so
other
many
lives,
entities. That's right.
right? So how your work is touching their lives. This is a relationship, and this is a ripple effect. You know what you do to your near and dear ones. You don't know what you are doing to distant people or distant living beings. But still you can be conscious that I want to touch lives. I want to connect in this way only.
Got it. So in our previous podcast, insightful podcast on collective growth, our key takeaway was we have to be sensitive towards the things or the people around us. I guess that same logic will somehow or somewhere apply here, where we are very sensitive and conscious about our relationships, and then we are trying to give most out of it, and in such a way that everyone collectively grows out of it.
So true, so true. But this we can apply on one-on-one first,
Okay.
where, see what happens now, we relate for the sake of relating. We do not think that if we have related, how can we grow out of it?
Okay.
What is it that I can gain from you? What is it that I can give you?
Give you.
It's always give and take. It might think where it happens that somebody is weighing more, somebody is weighing less, but there is always a give and take.
Give and take.
Now, if we decide that out of this relationship, we can mutually decide, or if the other person is not agreeing or not in the alignment, we by ourselves can decide that out of this relationship, I want this outcome. I want to grow and I want to help growing. Now, when you come to this understanding, the first thing will come to you, this person is this, how can I align with this person?
Yes.
Immediate thing.
Every nature and every head is a different and a unique in itself.
Right.
So adapting and then setting a goal in itself may be a Herculean task, and most of the people around would, even if they set a goal, it would be a materialistic one. And I guess the goal that you are referring would be much higher than that. So can you throw some light on that aspect?
Yeah.
As well?
So say for example, as I just said that you have decided to grow mutually together. You want to grow, you want to help in growing. It may happen that the other person is not investing the same thing in you.
Yes.
Or just taking the benefits or whatever, or a dormant person. But once you have decided and you find the other being not in the same alignment, the first thing will happen to you is, if you accept and if you are sure that you want to grow, you will become sensitive towards the needs of that person. Why that person is not in alignment? If my purpose is so pure, if I want to grow, if I want to help in growing, why that person is not coming in my alignment?
Yes.
This will make you sensitive, and this will make you look into that person's inner self more deeply. What are the hurdles? Where is it coming from? His mindset? He is looking into things like this? He is not trusting me? Anything. It can be anything.
Yes.
When you will start taking the note of this deeper things, these subtler things, then you will know that how to bring the amendments. And that amendments you have to apply on yourself in realigning, in readjusting, rather than you are asking that person to change.
Okay. So it's more about evolving journey of self rather than trying to mend the other person in a relationship.
Anything and everything in life is for our own evolution.
Okay.
Even the contribution
Okay.
is meant for our own evolution, because you have to be
We get some learnings through that contribution and
Right.
we evolve as a person.
right. You have to become worthy of it.
Yes.
Right? You have to become. You have to prepare yourself. You have to become worthy of it. You have to be deserving. Just by thinking that I want to do this, it doesn't
It's not
happen.
going to happen.
Right? So at the end of the day, the only thing that's happening is we are getting evolved.
Okay.
And the more our purpose are pure, the more our outcomes, what we desire are pure, the faster the evolution will be.
Okay. That's great understanding for us today. Now coming to the next point, when we speak about relationships, there are various kinds of relationships. Maybe a selfless relationship of parents with their kid, maybe a relationship with people understand in general parlance, that is a relationship of a couple, maybe a relationship of a friendship, maybe a corporate relationship, maybe an international relationship between two nations. So what kind of relationships can be considered here for the purpose of self-awareness and evolvement of an individual?
Nice. So, what is at the base of relationship? That is most important part.
Okay.
What is the core? Why you want to relate? You always have a purpose. You just don't make somebody a friend because, okay, I like this person, but why do you like this person only?
Okay.
There are thousands others much better than
Maybe
he
some
is.
common factor. if you go to a school, your batchmate becomes your common factor for studies. If you are into a corporate world, your colleague whom with you are spending most of the time of the day or work becomes your friend, office friend, or maybe in your societal environment, just because you mingle a lot with the same like-minded people, that's how you come into a relationship with those people around. So there are some common factors which make you gel up with the type of people, and that's how you get in touch and the connections grow for a greater relationships.
Right. So every time, everything which you mentioned, you said like support, like same mindset, like same work environment. There is always like into
A
this.
common like, yes.
So when we understand exactly the things which we are looking for in life for alignment. This is alignment. Relationship is alignment, basically.
Okay.
With few people we align well, we gel
Yeah.
well. With few people we don't gel well.
Sometimes it comes naturally, and sometimes there is a
Yeah,
bit of friction.
even if it
Yeah.
is naturally, why it comes naturally? Because there are some common factors.
Some common factors.
That is why it is natural.
Yeah.
If those factors were not common, that relationship would not have
Would
grown.
not work.
So when you start looking inside of you, that what is it that I am looking out of this relationship, and second thing, what outcome. Most of the time we don't think of relationship as an equation which has an outcome.
Yes. It just happens as a process.
Yeah, we just live for the sake of living. He became
Yeah.
friend, he is my lifetime friend.
Yeah.
But
But there is
what
no
to
goal
do-
or end.
what to do
target
with this
to it.
friendship?
That's never thought of.
That's never thought of. It doesn't mean that there are no outcomes, but there can be a desired outcome. Together you can do something much better if you think and come in an alignment.
Okay. So let's take an exercise. Assuming you are a 30-year-old kid just like me, or maybe of this generation, and you are about to get into a relationship in a process of meeting someone, what would be your mindset at that typical point in time while making a new friend or a new colleague or anything? What mind would flow through your head at that point in time?
Okay, great question. I have to look into myself for this. Okay. Yeah. The first thing which I would look into is if that person is not just living on the surface level or shallow level. Wherever that person would be, but if he is living deeply, if he is living authentically, the way that person is, without any masks,
Okay.
natural.
Natural.
I am coming to you as I am. If that is not there, I would immediately stop my doors.
Okay.
If it is there, then I would take a second stance that can I accept this person naturally?
Okay.
Can I accept this person as is? That
As
is
is.
my taste.
Okay.
Will I be able to?
Okay.
That will be my second stance. But the first stance would be, is this person presenting himself or herself as they are?
Okay.
If not, then I think my doors would shut on that moment only.
Okay. Well, that's a great learning for the audience around. You guys are going to help a lot from this to get new and fresh relationship in your journey going
Yeah,
forward.
But this is different for every one of us. It's not same for us. So we have to look into our whys.
Yes.
What is it we are looking from the
Okay.
relationship? And also, if you learn and understand, you will know that every relationship has a hierarchy.
Yes.
We just live for the sake of living. Even if in a relationship, we just live for the sake of living. We are with the labels. I am husband and wife. I am friends. I am colleagues.
Yes.
So we just leave those labels.
It's just at surface level.
Yeah, at the surface level.
Yes.
Then we go little deeper we come to the understanding that okay, together we can do something. But here always there is a selfish motives. You have your motive, I have my motive. Maybe we are coming to do something
If the motives
valuable.
align, people come together.
Yeah. So with motive, but there is selfish essence in that. Then comes the selfless essence. As you spoke about parent and child, mother and child,
Selfless love.
selfless love.
Yes.
So we come to that level. This is the third level. Still here there is attachment.
Yes.
There are expectations clinged.
Okay.
I have nurtured my child. I think he should be taking care of me when I am old or sick. So any kind of, this is just an example, but there are attachment strings with that relationship.
That relationship.
And the pure one is when there is no attachment,
No attachment.
clings, detachment.
Detachment.
You do whatever you are doing for your growth, I am there with you.
Yes.
I will do whatever I can, or I will even go beyond my capacities to help you grow
Help you grow. Without any expectation.
without any expectations. This, you think this is your path of growth? Please go ahead. I would not think of what will happen to me if you are gone.
But is this thinking a right thinking?
Of course, this is the highest level of thinking. It's not thinking, it's living. At the end, detachment is the key. Only when you can shed off the attachment strings,
Okay.
you can live your potent life.
Okay.
So this you can begin with the relationships.
Okay.
You give the another person freedom to grow.
Freedom to grow.
You accept the person as is without any conditions. Only if you do this, I will like you. Only if you do this, I will love you. If that thing is gone, my love diminishes.
Diminishes.
My liking towards you converts into hatredness. Same person which you loved before, now that love is gone.
Gone.
Now that liking is gone.
Is gone.
Why? Because that person
it was
changed.
at the surface level, yeah.
It was at the surface
and
level.
It was dependent on the behavior of the other
Exactly.
person. It should not be dependent. Once you make someone your friend or someone into a good relationship with, then you have to give your best into that relationship.
More than yourself.
More than yourself.
And accept them the way they are. If you can do this, if you can love the person still, if the person is totally changed,
That's where that's the foundation.
That's
of
your
a relationship.
litmus test.
Okay.
Is your love right? What is love? Love is owning an unconditional responsibility of somebody's growth, whatever that person may do or may not.
Okay. So while I do read mythology a lot, I am going to bring one googly for you here.
Okay.
Would you say the relationship or a friendship of Karn towards Duryodhan was right?
No, it had attachment. See why?
So
if-
I'll just put some factors which you explained here. His friendship was selfless. His friendship was to an extent where he just gave his entire self. In the journey, he knew he was on the wrong side. Still, he didn't change his side because he still nurtured that relationship as a friendship. But still, everyone looks him to be on the side which was a wrong side, or maybe the one which got defeated. That's the point from where this question is arising to me.
The question is arising from where Duryodhan gave a kingdom to Karna. If he had not given it, if Yudhishthir had given or some other person had given, would this friendship still exist the way it existed?
So he was given the best level of reputation which others people didn't give him.
Yeah.
That's where the friendship started.
Correct, but it nurtured on that
That
basis.
Okay.
It was under that obligation.
Obligation.
And why this obligation happened? Because he took that obligation. Why if he would have chosen that I don't want any kingdom? What if somebody else would have given me kingdom?
Okay.
Still my friendship, my devotion would have remained the same. That's a question.
That's a question.
And that's a basis.
Okay. So after that, okay, that was the basis from where he got into a friendship or relationship of a friendship. But then when he started giving from his side the best thing, the best potential, still his activities would be considered correct.
Look at the outcome.
That was a failure for his side.
Even if he devoted, this devotion was of the highest level, and still he could not bring the desired outcome.
Okay. So let's come back to the current age. That's a very heavy stuff which we tried to discuss.
But I loved it.
Okay, thank you so much. Coming to this stage, and if we try to draw an analogy, if I got into a friendship with someone in same kind of scenario where I got into a friendship with someone because that person maybe make me felt good or gave me something, and now we are good friends. How do I do a litmus test as on today to know if that side is the right side or the wrong side?
So you have to check your purpose.
Okay.
And you also have to check if that person turns out to be some different person tomorrow, or he would be a friend of other persons ignoring you or whatever. He breaks up friendship with you. You have that friendship in your heart, but for any reason he turns to somebody else, or he
So more of a selfish motive from his side.
for whatever reason.
Okay.
For what? See, taste is on you.
Okay.
So that person does something to sabotage you, or he turns out to be something very different person, or he turns to somebody else, he starts ignoring you, or he doesn't consider you as friend.
Okay.
Would you still be considering him as your best friend?
Maybe no.
Exactly. So you have to check within yourself. So this is your litmus test.
Okay.
Circumstances change, people change, surroundings change. If my why is still the same, if that will still be the same, you will still consider that person as a friend. Maybe you are not meeting physically, maybe you are not in contact, but in your prayers, in your heart, he will still have the same value he used to have before.
That is very important.
Here is if you are centered, if you are still, if your purpose, your foundation is strong and clear, then you will not waver.
Okay.
Whatever he does, your friendship will remain the same. Your values, your love for that person will not shatter or diminish or change.
Okay.
So that is your litmus test.
That is my test. Okay.
And this is how you can test yourself.
Okay.
If you can just put yourself in different situations. This was my colleague, and he wanted a rise in the paycheck. So he did something to degrade you or to do something
or
that
show him as a better performer.
Whichever way.
Okay.
Now you say he is my best friend in my corporate environment, in my office. If he does this to you, would you still be his best friend? Even if you don't talk or whatever, but will you have the same kind of warmth, care and love?
That will not sustain.
Yeah, then you have to check out.
Okay.
That you had the selfish motive.
Okay.
There was attachment strings. If he behaves in this way, he is my friend. If he doesn't behave in this way, he is not my friend.
Okay. Well, that's a great understanding from you. Thank you so much. So, the key takeaways from this podcast are, first of all, while getting into any good relationship, you should always first be transparent from your side, and also check on the thing that can you accept the other person as is basis, the way the person is, whether the person is transparent in the way he or she speaks. That's going to be the very base test. Second test is you have to be sensitive in whatever thing you do be it a relationship or an effort that you put around. And the third test is you also have to keep on checking and be self-aware about the things that you are experiencing in a relationship to take it to another level. Thank you so much for the great understanding, Ms. Meena.
Good closure. Thank you so
Thank
much.
you so much.